Shalom. It's the Shemite perspective. Coming live with another video. As you can see, I'm back at work. First off, take the time, if you will, please, to like, share, and subscribe. By doing so, you'll be supporting the channel. You see, I just request that whether you support me or not, you like me or not, or you're a hater, support the channel anyways. That way, if you're a hater, you won't be a hater your whole life. You see, we understand that you're just a natural born hater via the fact that you come from a long line of haters. Both your parents were haters. That's what attracted them to each other. And their parents were haters. Your biological hater is in your blood. You can't help but to hate. You're hating ass. I want to talk today about respect. Just general respect for men, i.e. especially the black men. And I want to talk specifically about the black woman's lack of respect, or lack of respect, or knowing what respect is, what defines respect. And I think that's part of the problem. A large part is that we come from, that this generation, my generation, I'm 40 years old, my generation, previous generation, i.e. my father's generation, baby boomers, if you will, they did us wrong, especially our women. Our women didn't grow up with examples of women respecting their men. In large parts, from what I understand, I think the number is 80% of current black children born out of wedlock. You didn't grow up seeing, and our men as well, we didn't grow up seeing our fathers having their wives submit to them. We didn't grow up seeing wives and husbands. I was sitting thinking the other day that my entire childhood, I never spent the night in a house or home with my mother and father. I don't know what that's like. Sit back and think about that. How many times you woke up in the middle of the night or in the morning and you ran into your parents' room, your mom and your dad in there, you jump in the bed or you play or whatever. Just how these things formulate your life and your being. I never had that. I grew up in a neighborhood where everybody except for my god sister and them had that. I don't know what that's like. So consequently, I grew up kind of behind, if you will. I didn't know what to demand as far as treatment from a woman, and I didn't know how to treat a woman. I didn't know what my role and responsibility was, and what my power is, and what her roles and responsibilities were, and what her powers are. I didn't know what to really look for in a woman. I just knew the women I grew up around that raised me. And kind of slick, attracted to, with low self-esteem, you end up attracted to whoever likes you up to a certain point when you grow into your own. But I never knew what respect was. I always thought respect was just yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. That's what respect was to me. Nah, listen. Respect is more than just the tone and the words that you say. It's the intention behind the things that you do and you say. Our women, like I said before, weren't taught to respect men. And I don't think women understand the value of men and who men are and what we do and what drives us. We're real simple. You want to have a happy man. I don't think, but that's the thing. I don't think women want to have a happy husband. I don't think women want to have a content, satisfied, happy husband. I think a lot of time women thrive in chaos, and you're not happy unless you're unhappy. And you don't realize that your intentional unhappiness drives us crazy because you push that off onto us, and that's a problem. And herein lies the disrespect, because you don't recognize how hard we work, what we've been through, what we go through on a regular daily basis, day in and day out, to have to come home to contention. It's so much that the scriptures talked about it. King David, or was it, I think it's his son, King Samuel, spoke on this. It's better to dwell in the corner of a rooftop than to share a home with a contentious woman. Contentious, root word contend, meaning to go against. Why does everything have to be a competition? Why does everything have to be you gotta win, winners and losers? Why do you have to beat me? Why you gotta finish first? Why you gotta be the winner all the time? Why is everything a competition? You was wrong. You was what? You should be glad I'm never wrong. You should be glad you have someone that's an intellectual that uses his brain to figure things out. Not be happy because you have a mental, intellectual inferiority complex that it makes you feel good about yourself that you got one on someone, to the point that you got to brag and try to bring that person down. Contention. Why is it whenever black man corrects a black woman that instead of acknowledging what it is that he says, you have to deflect to discredit? Well, you don't have no room to talk because blase, blah, so forth. Listen, if you felt that way, you should have said that when it was your time to say it, but you didn't now. So now you don't bring that up when I bring something else up. That's deflection. Why? And then we do it to our spouses, our husbands, the same men directed to live and die for you, to house, clothe, feed, and protect you. But every opportunity you get, you take to try to down this man. Because somehow, some way, you don't have general respect for him. Somewhere down the road, something happened. And I say this: if you with a man that you can't respect, you need to get away from that man. Because guess what? Men are creatures of respect. And after a while, it's going to go bad. Real bad. It's dangerous to be around a man and constantly disrespecting him. Especially if he's telling you you're being disrespectful. It's not necessary to always have something back to say. That's childish shit. We teach our kids not to always have something to say back. Just say, okay. You don't have to have mannerism, all of that. They act like, are we adults? Self-discipline. Respect and discipline go together. Respectful people tend to be disciplined people. Tend to be people who think before they speak and they do. That aren't impulsive. I had to grow out of that impulsivity I had. Grew up broken home. Never had no parents. I had grandparents. So I'm raised up in my emotions and everything was about how I feel. So if I felt somebody did something to me, I felt I should be able to retaliate instead of using logic. I grew up playing checkers. My dad tried to get me in the chest. I didn't have the attention span of a gnat. I didn't learn chess till I went to prison. Them jokers sat me down and I equated that to the way I move and I live my life right now. 2 steps ahead. Every single thing that I do with purpose. Because that's discipline. We need to get some discipline about ourselves. Our women need to get discipline about themselves and have some respect for the men that are tasked to live and die for them. Them folk invade this shit right now. All of these strong women with all this mouth, y'all gonna find the nearest black man to hide behind. The first black man y'all find, y'all running right behind him to hide if anything jump off. So can we cut this bullshit out? Just general respect. I go around and I go into places. I work in the medical field, as you can see. This is an ambulance. So I deal with a lot of nurses. A lot of black women are nurses. Whether you're talking hospital, dialysis, or you're talking nursing homes. They are generally nasty to black men. Not just me. If I'm with another brother, they are generally nasty. You can't even say good morning to some of these women. It is, what time is it? 8:08 in the morning. I guarantee you I go see a sister in a hospital in Atlanta right now. I'm about 45 minutes outside Atlanta. I go to one of these hospitals, Emory or something in Atlanta. It's going to be a black woman that's a nurse, a tech, secretary, EVS, something. You'll speak to them, whatever. Just nasty. White women generally do not behave that way. Asian women generally do not behave that way. And it's not just American black women. Shit, from wherever, just generally disrespectful. Just general disrespect. You just think you can get off talking to men ways that no man would talk to another man because you live in this world, in this bubble where you can't do anything to a woman. But a man that had teeth smacked out of his mouth. But I'm out here in this country and I look at how these white nurses and these white women in this white ass hospital in this white ass town I work in treat these white men that I work with when they go and they come around. I'm people watch, you know, I'm profiler, you know, so I sit and I watch the interactions. It's like, wow, these folks acting like they on the deck at the bar. They cool and chilling, just had kicking shit, cutting up, good. Like, man, they maintaining professionalism. Shit. Going Grady. Got these managed behind women. Think they could talk crazy, say whatever they want to say because they busy. Take your ass home. Go pick them kids up from your mama house and go home with your kids, with your hard-working ass. By the sweat of your brow shall you eat. That was put on men. That wasn't put on you. What was put on you was travailing in childbirth. That's your curse. Hard work is a man's curse. So if you're a woman and you got to work your ass off, that's your fault. Don't put that on nobody but you. You made that decision. So don't take your hard work tired. My feet hurt, ass, back hurt, neck hurt. I'm tired, wanting a vacation ass, gone. Because it's your fault you got to work hard. You chose to put yourself in whatever situation you find your adult ass in. Regardless of what happened to you as a child, your adult ass in the situation you in because you made adult choices. Respect. Watch how you talk to people. If you require something from somebody especially, we first of all should be just generally respectful of each other. But if you out here with somebody, you rely on them for housing, transportation, food, anything, respect that person because they don't have to. Women, y'all got to understand something, man. Men, the older we get, the better we get. The better looking we get, the stronger we get, the healthier we get, the more money we get. And with all of that, guess what happens? The more options we have. We with you because we want to be with you, not because we have to. If you got a man that's getting something, look like something, and about something, and you got that man, you better respect that man and treasure that man. Because guess what? He go off and around in this world and surrounded by women that'll gladly take your place. But he deny that and he stay with you because he wants to. Because he loves you. Y'all got history. Y'all done built together. Whatever reasons. He with you because he chooses to. You should be grateful. Yes, I said that. You should be grateful to have the man that you have. Knowing that 24 or 26% of black women marry in the first place. I guarantee you black women can count on one hand the amount of black women they know that are married. Most black women. We're not talking about the anomalies. Most black women, especially urban black women, can count on one hand the amount of women they know that are married. And if you happen to be one of them, come on, man. What are we talking about here? Oh, yeah. Respect. That's what we thrive on. You want to see your man content? 3 S's. Sex, sandwich, and silence. Learn how to shut the fuck up. Like, share, and subscribe. I got to go on the call. Shalom.